Hi, everybody. So, today I'm going to talk to you about my 13-year instructor journey. It's been a long one. I would have never thought that it would end up being 13 years and more. And today I'm going to tell you a bit more about how one class, or one thought, and a 21st birthday party eventually led to a 13-year instructor journey. Stay tuned. So it's hard to shrink 13 years into one video, right? And the way I had reflected on this that I would like to share is into three parts. So the first part would be my instructor journey when I first started, literally when I got my first instructor license training. And the second part would be about building a business as a dance fitness instructor. And the third part would be about supporting other instructors. I just want to say that none of it was planned. And, when you come from a society that, you need to have a blueprint or you follow a certain blueprint, dance was never, I never thought that dance was going to be a career plan, right? Like there was never going to be a thing, but then it did. So I guess here is me sharing this beautiful journey that of course came with a lot of challenges, a lot of highs, a lot of lows, a lot of in-betweens, and really going through all of it, right? And I never expected all the things that had unfolded through dance in my life in the past 13 years. I would have never expected it, but it had brought me so much. It has literally brought me to my second home, my soul home. That's what I like to call it. It has brought me so many good people into my life. It has allowed me to meet different people from different backgrounds and societies and cultures. And I'm just really, really grateful for the whole journey. And I wanted to share this because I felt like it was worth sharing. And also because I do really appreciate my journey. And I think there's so much to learn from it. And if there's anybody out there who just wanted a little nudge, then I hope this whole video, all videos that I will be doing and putting out there on the different aspects of my instructor journey would help in one way or another. So, yeah. So, let's dive into the first phase or first chapter. I guess it was an unexpected one. That's for sure. It started off with one thought, which was me saying, like, hey, I think I can do that. So how that came about was basically I attended this random class, this random Zumba fitness class that I found on Groupon while I was in uni. And for those of you who do not know what Groupon is, and I'm honestly not sure if it still exists, but it's basically a platform that you can book all kinds of fitness activities, non-fitness activities, spa treatments, and it is really at a cheaper price with really good deals. So of course, being in uni, that was all I was looking for, really cheap deals. And I came across this Zumba fitness class. And again, for those of you who do not know Zumba, it's a Latin inspired dance fitness that has really taken over the world. I don't know, I think it's still popular now, but in my world, of course, it's African dance is my world right now. But yeah, it was definitely a big part of my life for a long period of time, right? And yeah, that's how I literally started my dance fitness journey and dance fitness instructor journey eventually, because I went for this random class. I had loads of fun, and I just had this thought like, hey, maybe I could be an instructor. And it didn't come from a place of knowing anything, it didn't come from a place of ego. Yes, dance had always been a part of my life, but teaching it, dance fitness instructor, no, it would have never crossed my mind. And but yeah, that thought did come from that one class, led to that one thought. And then I had my 21st birthday party around that time. So you can imagine, right? This was, yeah, 13 years ago. So I had my 21st birthday party, and of course, people give you gifts, they give you money, they give you ang paos. And I took whatever money that I had received from my 21st birthday party, and decided to get my dance fitness license, my Zumba dance fitness license. It was a 2 day training. I looked it up after I went for my first class. And yeah, it's funny because I honestly didn't even attend that many classes and then became an instructor. And now when I think about it, I'm like, damn, she's bold. That 21-year-old GB was bold. Not saying that I'm not now, but I think at that time when you're young and carefree and you don't really think about stuff as deep as maybe you would as an older adult. So yeah, it was really one of those random things. And again, there was no plan for it. It was really just like, I love to dance. I think I could do that. Let me figure out how to do that. And let's just take that next step. Right. And that eventually led me to then, of course, seeking opportunities because I got the 2 day license. Um, I remember even messaging my friend. This I remember vividly because I remember messaging my friend saying like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I have no idea what I'm doing, but you know what? I'm just gonna try it out. Because of course, there was a bit of anxiety, and suddenly the fears kind of came in where you're like doubting yourself and wondering what the heck you are doing, right? So I definitely had those moments when I was doing the training, but I was just like, okay, let's just see, right? Again, there was no plan, so it was kind of just taking the next step. And then, of course, it was like, okay, how do I actually put myself out there as an instructor? How do I actually start teaching? Because I was not going to just get a license and then not teach, right? I wanted to do something with it. It didn't have to be a grand thing. It just, let me just do something, one class. So it was really like knocking on different doors, going to different studios. And of course, they wanted experience, which I didn't have. And well, here I am trying to get experience. But, it was really kind of like, just seeing what you could get out of visiting different studios and just trying to convince them to give you a chance. And I don't remember. It feels like such a lifetime ago, to be honest. I feel like so much has happened, right, that I don't even remember how tough it was. um but I do remember like the first studio, or the first few one of the first few studios was in Farrer Park. And I remember that, it's not that there were that many people or anything like that, but I remember feeling like, yeah, I want to do this. Like, I've got this. Again, of course, I wasn't the best and I was still learning, but something in me felt like this was right. It felt good, it felt right, and it felt like something that I was going to keep doing. And then that led me to seeing a Facebook post. So again, it was me just seeking out opportunities, right? Being really open to what was out there in the dance fitness world. And I remember seeing this Facebook post about someone looking for dancers to support her in an event in Sentosa, if I'm not wrong. And I remember, yeah, like we connected, and there were a few other ladies that joined, and we all just ended up doing this dance event in Sentosa on a major stage. And again, I felt pure bliss and joy, and I just felt like I was doing something right, that really felt right. And I mean, really want to shout out to this amazing lady, Lavanya, who gave me this opportunity and gave me many more opportunities, right? She saw something in me which I really appreciate and exposed me to a lot more opportunities, corporate, private classes. I definitely would never take the trust that she had placed in me for granted. And I am forever would be grateful because she had been a big part of my dance fitness journey. So yeah. And of course, this still was a side thing, right? At that point of time, of course, I didn't know a side hustle. That word never existed in my vocabulary, but I know that I wanted to keep just dancing and teaching and connecting with people. And eventually, I also ended up creating a dance club, a Zumba fitness dance club in my university. Again, I was just trying to also create opportunities for myself to get more experience in teaching, right? There was no dance club, or at least not a dance fitness club. And I ended up starting there. Like, you know, it again was so random and so, when I look at my older self or my younger self, I feel like, damn, she was bold. Like, who was I to just rock up to student services and say, like, hey, I want to create a club, I want to teach, and I want to earn money from it. So yes, the university did pay me, and I am really grateful for that. But that's when I started having a taste of entrepreneurship. Of course, now when I look back, I can say that, but at that time, I had no idea that I was even doing that, right? I was slowly already creating community. I was slowly doing entrepreneurship things. Again, at that time, had no idea what I was doing, but again, it was just being led by heart and by something that honestly gave me joy and lit me up and felt right for me in my body, and that I was really getting good at as well. So yeah, it was looking out for opportunities, creating opportunities, being bold to take the next step, even if you don't have the next 20 to 1,000 steps. And I guess that was a lot. It really created a foundation for eventually my business, and then eventually supporting instructors, right? And again, now I can see that at hindsight, reflecting back when I first started. And I'm just I'm just glad that, at any one point I could have really psyched myself out and just be like, this is not gonna earn me money. What am I gonna do with dance? Um, it's am I even good enough to do this? Am I really going to be able to stand in front of a group of people looking at me and expecting me to lead them? Like, there's just so many things that can deter you from doing the thing. And yeah, I'm just like, when I look back, I just feel like I'm really proud of 21-year-old GP who just kind of had a little bit of delusion and ignorance, and I think that helped a lot. And yeah, it really formed the foundation and the basis for whatever else that was to come, So that one, that yeah, I would say the one takeaway from the first chapter of my instructor journey was to just take that first step, and to there was no pressure. No one was expecting me to do anything or to achieve anything. And I think that was what felt so good about it as well, because this was really just me following my passion, following what felt right, following my joy, following what lit me up. So I guess the nudge or the takeaway is, what is lighting you up? And take that one step. Don't think about the 20, 30,000 steps, and see the kind of foundation that you can build for yourself before everything else comes into the picture. So yeah, that was chapter one, phase one. And I'll go into chapter two in the next video. Stay tuned. Bye.